How to enter meditation anytime, anywhere. Methods of dynamic meditation. Friends, do you know how to enter meditation at any time and place in your daily life? Today, I will tell what is true meditation and share with you 2 new methods of dynamic meditation. First, let me make it clear that my approach to dynamic meditation is distinct from the dynamic meditation popularized by the modern famous spiritual teacher, Osho, who was one of my highly respected spiritual guides. In this context, dynamic emphasizes meditation as an integrated practice that seamlessly weaves mindfulness and awareness into the fabric of one's daily life. It is not a separate or isolated exercise, but rather a way of being that can be practiced anytime, anywhere, and in conjunction with any activity. This approach allows practitioners to cultivate a state of constant presence and awareness, bringing the benefits of meditation into every aspect of their lives. Let me start by sharing a little story, which many of you may have heard before. Once upon a time, 2 young monks were meditating together. After a while, one of them said, "I want to smoke." The other monk replied, "No, you can't. Our master said you're not allowed to smoke while meditating." The next day, the monk who had wanted to smoke lit a cigarette while meditating. The second monk, surprised, asked, "How can you smoke? The master clearly said we aren't allowed to smoke while meditating." The first monk responded, "I asked the master and he said it was fine." Puzzled, the second monk asked, "How did you ask?" The first monk smiled and said, "I asked if it was okay to meditate while smoking, and the master said yes." With this story as our starting point, today's discussion will help you understand the deeper meaning behind the master's response. By the end of this session, you'll grasp the wisdom hidden in the answer, "Yes, you can." The essence of meditation is not merely finding a quiet place, sitting in a cross-legged posture with eyes closed and hands in a fixed handprint, or even lighting incense, playing music, or changing clothes. These are all formalized, ritualized, and even mystified understandings of meditation. True meditation should be a dynamic practice, meaning you can meditate anywhere and anytime in your daily life. It is about experiencing the peace and joy of being fully present in the moment, with complete consciousness and full awareness. Meditation is not about escaping from reality or achieving a special state of mind. It is about bringing your full attention to the present moment, without judgment or attachment. By doing so, you can cultivate greater clarity, peace, and joy in your life. The practical methods of dynamic meditation I am going to share in this video can help you understand the essence of meditation and realize that you can meditate anywhere and anytime in your life. Furthermore, if you follow these methods I mentioned and practice them in your daily life for a period of time, I believe that you will notice significant changes in yourself. You will not only experience the peace and joy of being fully present in the moment, with complete consciousness and full awareness, but you will also open yourself to receive greater inspiration and wisdom. When your life has successfully reached such a new dimension through the dynamic meditation, you will no longer be the same person. You will have a deeper understanding of yourself, the world around you, and your purpose in life. Meditation is a powerful tool that can transform your life for the better. I encourage you to give the new methods I share in this video a try. With consistent practice, you will be amazed at the positive changes that unfold in your life. This video is very helpful and insightful. Please like, save it, and stay tuned. Let's begin today's topic. For many people nowadays, one of the biggest problems that bothers us is that our attention is gradually weakening. The reason why you can't control your thoughts is that you will constantly get emotional, lack attention, lack freedom of consciousness, or have too weak stability. This is the most fundamental reason. As a result, more and more people are starting to practice meditation. They want to calm their minds through meditation. Then, why are there so few people who can truly adhere to high-quality meditation every day? The reason is that we do not fully understand the essence of meditation. We have formalized it, ritualized it, and even mystified it. If you want to become a true practitioner of meditation, you need to first abandon the existing understanding of meditation. This understanding is that meditation is merely finding a quiet place, sitting in a cross-legged posture with eyes closed and hands in a fixed handprint, or even lighting incense, playing music, or changing clothes. When you think that you can only start meditating when you meet certain external conditions, you have already overthought it. Meditation is a great practice, but when it separates you from your daily life and becomes something you do only in specific circumstances, it loses its true meaning. In this case, you are unlikely to make substantial progress in your meditation practice. From the perspective of real practice, we are not trying to squeeze out a period of time to meditate in the midst of a life filled with distracting thoughts and unconscious behaviors. What we really want to do is to live in a state of mindfulness and meditation all the time. The former is simply technique, while the latter is the true path. True meditation is to bring you to a state of mindfulness and full awareness all the time, even in the midst of constant distracting thoughts and unconscious behaviors in your daily life. Much like the bright moon hanging in the sky, calmly watching as the drifting clouds pass by, untouched in its pristine clarity. That's why I call it dynamic meditation. When you have essentially realized the essence of meditation, you will no longer be restricted by any form, time, or space. At this time, you will truly integrate meditation into your daily life. You can enter the state of meditation at any time and place, entering the state of emptiness, a state of Zen meditation, experiencing the peace and joy of being fully present in the moment, with complete consciousness and full awareness. Only when you reach this state of meditation can you transform your life to the greatest extent. Next, I will share with you 2 new methods of meditation that can allow you to enter meditation at any time and any place. The first method is observing your mind with complete consciousness and full awareness, which I summarized as the full consciousness feeling. We can observe our own mind and become aware of the automatic response patterns in our thinking. At the same time, we can observe and feel the external world by noticing how our mind reacts to external stimuli. This means observing with full and complete consciousness, rather than using the mind to perceive the inner world or to understand, analyze, and judge the external world. This practice of observing your mind is commonly called inner observation or inner contemplation. From this perspective, when we interact with the external world, most of us are not in a state of pure consciousness. Instead, we unknowingly slip into the trap of thought. This happens because, when we see, hear, or touch the external world, we're accustomed to interpreting it through the lens of our habitual concepts. These are mental filters we unconsciously add, and they consume the energy of our consciousness in an instant without us realizing it. This is why there's an old saying, when you admire a flower, be careful. Your attention and energy could be absorbed by it, leaving you feeling scattered. Let's dive deeper into this with the example of a flower. Imagine you're walking along the road when suddenly, you spot a flower blooming by the roadside. Its beauty immediately captures your attention. In that moment, you're flooded with admiration. What a beautiful flower! This is my favorite color. How can such a lovely flower bloom by the roadside? What is its name? Is it wild? Or did someone plant it? A cascade of thoughts leaps into your mind. But all these reactions are unconscious behaviors driven by habitual thinking patterns. Just look at how a simple flower can spark so many thoughts. Every one of these thoughts drains your energy of consciousness. The moment a thought arises, your consciousness is dissipated. Most people's suffering doesn't stem from external circumstances, but from the suffering created by their own thoughts. This happens because our thoughts are often negative, judgmental, and self-critical, largely due to our evolutionary wiring and social conditioning. Evolution has ingrained in us a negativity bias, making us more attuned to potential threats and dangers, which can lead us to fixate on negative experiences and fears. Additionally, from a young age, we are conditioned by societal expectations and media influences to strive for unrealistic standards, fostering a critical inner voice that constantly judges our actions and self-worth. These patterns of negative thinking can distort reality, magnify insecurities, and lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and stress. Over time, This relentless stream of self-critical thoughts not only clouds our perception but also takes a serious toll on our mental and physical health, draining our energy and diminishing our overall well-being. It's a tragedy that in this world, a certain amount of people end up living with a painful self because the energy of their consciousness has been largely consumed by endless distracting thoughts. What I want to convey is this: when you look at a flower in this way, it's not that you are observing the flower, but rather that the flower has absorbed your attention and dissipated your consciousness, the essence of your true being. In that moment, the flower becomes a medium that drains your energy of consciousness. Unknowingly, your consciousness is dispersed. Today, I use the flower as an example, but this principle applies to everything in the external world. You must maintain your consciousness and your full awareness for your mind's activities, to feel, observe, and connect with your surroundings without losing yourself in the stream of thoughts. This delicate balance is the subtle and essential aspect of meditation that we must practice and refine. When you are in contact with anything with your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body, you have to constantly keep your mind clear. Try not to use your brain to intervene, not to produce any definition or judgment, not even to describe. Just let your mind stay quiet to observe and feel. What you want to experience is a state of full attention, a state of pure consciousness, without any other thoughts or distractions. This kind of training, which I call full consciousness training or full awareness training, is actually the best dynamic positive meditation in your daily life. You can start to try this method and do it several times a day, at any time and place you think is comfortable. Immerse yourself in this full consciousness feeling at any time and place. For example, you can observe and feel a leaf, an ant, a tree, a fish in a fish tank, a glass cup in your hand, a few children playing around, a passerby, the lines on the table where you usually work, and so on. Over time, you will begin to realize that everything is worthy of your attention, and that there is always something interesting to observe in your life. Even if you only have a few minutes to practice each time, that will also be an important moment for your free consciousness. It is an important step that you take to improve your mind. After a period of practicing, you will find that you begin to notice details that you usually ignore, such as the lines on a tree, the shape and state of water loss on a leaf, the trajectory of ants, the movement and change of white clouds, and the floating appearance of flags in the wind. You will also become more aware of the touch of your hand when you touch the trunk of a tree, the sound of the wind blowing past your ears, the words and actions of children, and so on. At this time, you will find that you can actually see and feel a lot of things that you usually couldn't see or feel before. You must remember that throughout the whole process, you must completely let go of your mind, let go of your thoughts, and let go of your judgment. There is no thought. You even forget to observe the state of the object's name. Observe and feel. This kind of seemingly dazzling behavior at any time and place is the best dynamic meditation training. Okay, we have finished the first method of dynamic meditation practice. Next, let's explore the second method of dynamic meditation practice. If we summarize the first method as the full consciousness feeling, then the second method can be described as the full consciousness behavior. While the first method involves practicing mindfulness in any moment and place in your life, the second method focuses on integrating meditation into your daily routines. It leverages the habitual and repetitive activities you engage in almost every day. Instead of allowing these activities to be opportunities for negative thoughts and emotions, you can use them as moments to practice mindfulness. By turning these everyday tasks into opportunities for meditation, you can transform routine moments into meaningful practices of full consciousness. Let's clarify this. In your daily life, you perform numerous tasks regularly: eating, sleeping, washing your face, brushing your teeth, taking a bath, making tea, going to the bathroom, walking, exercising, driving, waiting for your child after school, doing housework, and so on. Many of these activities have become so familiar that you don't consciously think about how to do them. Instead, your mind is often preoccupied with other thoughts. While your body is engaged in these routine actions, your consciousness may be absent. You are physically performing tasks, but your awareness is elsewhere, consumed by your thoughts. This disconnection is a common state for many people and is a significant factor in emotional struggles. For example, consider eating. Despite having eaten for decades, many of us don't truly engage with the act of eating. Our eating patterns are erratic, driven by our thoughts rather than by mindful awareness. We might not savor the taste of our food or even remember how many bites we've taken. This happens because our attention is not on the act of eating itself. Instead, it is absorbed by our thoughts. Our thoughts frequently pull us away from the present moment, leading us to dwell on past regrets or anxieties about the future. We ruminate on what has already happened, which can lead to feelings of sadness or depression, or we worry about what might come, creating anxiety and unease. Also, our attention is often absorbed by distractions like TV, mobile phones, or conversations with others, even as we carry out routine tasks. This causes us to perform daily activities on autopilot without mindful awareness. Such disconnection from the present moment is a common behavior that keeps us detached from our own experiences. To overcome this disconnect, we need to practice breaking free from habitual thoughts and fully invest our consciousness in the present moment. Engaging mindfully in everyday activities is a powerful way to reclaim our awareness and improve our emotional well-being. If the idea of fully focusing on the present moment and maintaining mindfulness in activity still feels too abstract, let me offer a concrete example. Have you ever cleaned your ears? When you do, your attention becomes fully immersed in every movement. You can feel the exact depth of the ear pick as it enters, the pressure it applies to the itchy spot, and even the size and movement of the earwax you're removing. At the start, a thought naturally arises, reminding you to be gentle and careful not to hurt yourself. But soon, that thought fades away. As the process continues, your mind becomes empty, completely absorbed in the sensations, with no distractions. Only the experience of ear cleaning. This is what I mean by fully focusing on the present moment and maintaining mindfulness in activity. Does that make it clearer? This is the essence of the second practice I want to introduce for dynamic meditation, which I call all-conscious behavior. The concept is simple. Fully invest all your attention in the process of whatever you're doing at the moment. However, developing this habit can be challenging. Take showering as an example. Often, while we're in the shower, our minds are elsewhere, preoccupied with other thoughts. To break this habit, ask yourself, do I really need to think during my shower? Most of what runs through our minds during these moments consists of repetitive or meaningless thoughts, illusions, really, unlikely to lead to any immediate action. When you recognize this, it becomes clear that you don't need to think during a shower. Instead, you can use this time to meditate. Focus entirely on the sensations of the water touching your hair, face, and body. Notice how your hands feel as they brush against your scalp and skin. Pay attention to the temperature of the water as it hits your body. You can even observe how the water flows from the showerhead and listen to the sound it makes. By fully immersing yourself in these sensations, you can transform a simple shower into a moment of mindfulness and meditation. What is more worth mentioning is that wisdom and inspiration emerge not from constant thinking, but from clearing your mind of the clutter that occupies it. Insight arises in the stillness of a quiet mind, not in the chaos of incessant thoughts. At the same time, it's crucial to maintain awareness of when thoughts arise. You need to recognize the moment when the thinker reappears. But remember, when you notice that your mind has wandered again, don't criticize yourself. Instead, simply acknowledge your thoughts with gentle awareness. Recognize them without judgment. Then quietly guide yourself back to the sensations of your body and the present moment. Continue with the activity at hand, in this case, taking a shower, fully engaging your body in the experience. Repeat this process as often as needed. This practice isn't limited to showering. It can be applied to every activity in your daily life. Whether you're eating, walking, or washing the dishes, the same principles apply. Clear your mind, stay aware of your thoughts, and return to the present moment. Over time, this will help cultivate a deeper sense of mindfulness, allowing wisdom and inspiration to flow naturally. As you continue to bring full conscious behavior into your daily life, you'll gradually gain a deeper understanding of what Taoist sage Laozi described as the endless and wonderful realm. In the process, you'll discover that meditation isn't something confined to sitting in silence. Rather, it unfolds naturally in the flow of your daily actions, where awareness can expand. The more you practice, the more you'll find yourself entering a state of dynamic meditation with ease, where your consciousness is free, open, and in the present moment. This practice brings not only relaxation but also a profound sense of peace and joy. Before we conclude, I want to emphasize one key point. Meditation in its truest form is simple. The more complex or mysterious it seems, the more likely it is to be a distraction. Genuine meditation is about unbinding yourself from the clutter of thoughts and allowing your awareness to connect with the limitless, peaceful space within you. It is in this vast space that transformation occurs, where the divine consciousness can descend and flow freely. For a more comprehensive exploration of these ideas, I recommend watching my earlier video titled The Nature of the Mind. It dives deeper into how to align your mind with this infinite potential. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of this journey. I welcome your questions and insights, so feel free to leave your comments below. I'd love to continue the discussion. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a like, subscribing to the channel, and sharing it with those you think might benefit. It's my hope that this video brings you both inspiration and clarity on your path. Until we meet again, may your practice be filled with peace and discovery.